I hate myself. 8 ways to combat self-hatred. Signs. Below are some of the telltale signs that you might be living with self-hatred beyond having occasional negative self-talk. All or nothing. You see yourself and your life as either good or bad without any shades of gray in between. If you make a mistake, you feel as though everything is ruined or that you're a failure. Focus on the negative. Even if you have a good day, you tend to focus on the bad things that happened or what went wrong instead. Emotional reasoning. You take your feelings as facts. If you notice that you are feeling bad or like a failure, then you assume that your feelings must reflect the truth of the situation and that you are in fact bad. Low self-esteem. You generally have low self-esteem and don't feel as though you measure up when comparing yourself to others in daily life. Seeking approval. You are constantly seeking outside approval from others to validate your self-worth. Your opinion of yourself changes depending upon how others evaluate you or what they think of you. Can't accept compliments. That's my problem. No matter what, I can't take compliments. I just don't. If someone says something good about you, you discount what was said or think that they are just being nice. You have trouble accepting compliments and tend to brush them off instead of graciously accepting them. That would be me. Trying to fit in. You find that you always feel like an outsider and are always trying to fit in with others. You feel as though people dislike you and can't understand why they would want to spend time with you or actually like you. Taking criticism personally. You have a hard time when someone offers criticism and tend to take it as a personal attack or think about it long after the fact. I do that as well. I'm sensitive, often feeling jealous. I always say I'm not jealous, I'm territorial. You find yourself jealous of others and may cut them down in order to make yourself feel better about yourself, feel better about your situation in life. No, I don't cut anybody down, I'm just territorial. Fearful of positive connections. You may push away friends or potential partners out of fear when someone gets too close and believe that it will end badly or you will end up alone. That's borderline personality disorder. A lot of these are throwing pity parties for yourself. You have a tendency to throw pity parties for yourself and feel as though you have been dealt a bad lot in life or that everything is stacked against you. Afraid to dream big. You are always afraid to have dreams and aspirations and feel as though you need to continue to live your life in a protective way. You may be afraid of failure, afraid of success, or look down on yourself regardless of what you achieve. You're hard on yourself. If you make a mistake, you have a very hard time forgiving yourself. You may also have regrets about things you have done in the past or failed to do. You may have trouble letting go and moving past mistakes. I try to, I just am not good at it. I punish myself over and over. Cynical viewpoint. You see the world in a very cynical way and hate the world that you live in. That's true. A lot. You feel as though people with a positive outlook are naive about the way that the world really works. You don't see things getting any better and have a very bleak outlook on life. Well, the way things are in today's world, how can't you? Causes of self-hatred. If those sounds, ugh, if those signs, I can't spit that out. If those signs sounded all too familiar, you're probably wondering why you hate yourself and how you ended up here. You might not immediately know the answers to those questions, so it's important to take some time to reflect. Below are some possible causes to consider. It is important to remember that not everyone who experiences self-hatred will have had the same life experiences. There is no singular path that leads to thinking, I hate myself. Consider your unique circumstances and what might have brought you to this point. Well, I say it is 6:30 in the morning, so forgive my flubbering. I'm trying. What's stressing you out the most right now? And they have a list of things. Negative inner critic. If you are thinking, I hate myself, chances are that you have a negative inner critic who constantly puts you down. This critical voice might compare you to others or tell you that you are not good enough. That's so true. You might feel as though you are different from other people and that you don't measure up. These thoughts may leave you feeling like an outcast or a fraud when you are with other people. The inner critic is like a frenemy who is intent on undermining your success. This voice in your head is filled with self-hate and can also evolve into paranoia and suspiciousness if you listen long enough. The inner circle, the inner critic, doesn't want you to experience success, so it will often, oh my god, it will even cut you down when you do accomplish something good. The following are some things your inner critic might say. Who do you think you are to do that? You are never going to succeed no matter how hard you try. You're going to mess up this time. You're going to mess this up just like you mess up everything else. Why would a person like that like you? There must be an ulterior motive. You can't trust anyone. They are just going to let you down. You might as well eat that dessert. You're just going to end up eating too much anyway. What the hell? That's dumb. Dude, that's why you have a dessert pocket. If you have a voice in your head like this, you might come to believe that these types of critical thoughts are the truth. If the voice tells you that you are worthless, stupid, or unattractive, you might eventually come to believe those things. And with those thoughts comes the belief that you aren't worthy of love, success, confidence, or the chance to make mistakes. The more you listen to the critical inner voice, the more power you give to it. In addition, you might eventually start to project your own insecurities on other people, leaving you paranoid, suspicious, and unable to accept love and kindness. If this sounds like you, then chances are that you have been listening to your negative inner critic for far too long. So yeah, I mean, I get that, where I'm just one who is, I'm very critical of myself. I always say I try to be perfect. Um, Even though who wants somebody who's perfect? I don't care who wants to, you know, want somebody who's perfect. I want to be perfect, because then nobody can find a reason to say you're not perfect. That doesn't make sense. It might, I don't know. But yeah, I guess I want to be perfect, so I try to be perfect, but unfortunately, my mental illnesses, especially my depression, I know for sure, leaves me far from perfect. My borderline personality, that leaves me far from perfect. They all do, but I guess the moral of the story is do your best, and don't worry about try not to worry about what other people think, because you know you, and you can just do the best that you can and just take it for what it's worth. So you have a great day and have a great week. Take care.